Hey guys, it's Nian here again, and I am bringing you game number 3 of the semi-finals of the ASUS Republic of Gamers tournament between first SKMC down in the bottom corner of TSL 4 Ohana, and up in the top corner is going to be Set FI, which is FnaticMoon, playing the Zerg. At the moment, Moon is down 2-0. So MC, if he gets this game, he will win through to the finals. And we're going to see the Overlord coming down to scout. And MC, by the looks of it, going to be going for that forward fast expansion with the pylon at the natural. So both players going into the droning phase of the game. And pylon should finish up just as this probe finishes. Perfect timing on that, but you wouldn't expect anything else from MC, who is the best Protoss in the world at the moment, possibly behind Seed, after Seed won last GSL. But it's probably going to be a tiny bit, and MC going off for the scout. Not doing anything like trying to harass mining by pinching some minerals, but 15 food, so we should see something going down from MC pretty soon. Got a spawning pool going down up here for FnaticMoon, and the probe over here waiting for the probe to come, for the drone to come down to do the expansion, which it looks as though it's going to do now. So probably going to see a pylon put down, or not. The drone's actually going to do what Moon did the last two games, which is decide to use a third instead of a natural, which is a fairly good tactic because it avoids wasting time, but it is in a more exposed location, which is harder to get your army to, and the other drone being denied from getting that natural as well. Forge going down, so MC really going into a forge fast expand build because of the Nexus. And that looks like it's going to be a gateway going down now to help complete that wall in, and also two Lings and a Queen coming out from Moon. The probe is going to come back at the moment, and that looks like another pylon and a cannon, just to make sure that that wall is fully sealed off. So those Lings will probably not have much of a hope. I mean, there's only going to be one, because that one's being sent to check for no pylons or cannon rushes, which is quite a popular thing to do, and the other hatchery going down for Moon as well, so ramping up into quite a macro heavy game by the looks of it. Overlord's just checking for thirds and into the main. Nexus almost finished up, only about 10 more seconds to go on that, I think. Yeah, about 10 more seconds, and Cybercore coming down as well. Strange that there's no Zealot as of yet, but presumably MC knows what he's doing better than I know what he's doing, because I'm not MC. If only I could be. But there's the drone transfer, and ground weapons 1 comes down for MC, as well as the drone transfer to the third, and the natural's about 3/4 of the way done. So nothing much at the moment. Moon injecting lava, and there's a stalker coming out, and it's rallied up there just to make sure that the Overlord can't get in and see anything, because at the moment all of MC's tech structures are just in the natural area. But it sounds like a pylon is going down over here by the Nexus in case there's Muta play, so you can put down a cannon. But it looks like Moon's about to get his creep spread going with a tumor there. One at the natural, and I think one should be going down at the main just to bridge up this gap here. Which just means that armies can get in and out of the main quicker, as well as drones. But a small Ling force is going to come down Just try and do a bit of harassment, poke him possibly, see what's going on. And we've got our good old friend, the Air Shark. And that Stalker gets slightly overrun with Lings. It needs to make sure it doesn't get surrounded. But it backs off, and Moon cleverly decides to retreat because he knows there'll be a cannon up here. Because of that Overlord, who is now deciding to come over just to see what's going on. But it will probably go down. Which might... Yes, it will actually supply bot... Oh no, he must have got an Overlord out just in time for that then. Because he just stayed on 62. And he's actually got another 4 Overlords training up. So, presumably he's expecting to be able to get a good army up, because that's quite a significant investment this early on in the game. But however, he is Zerg, so he will have awesome macro. Because that's just what happens. And I think another one went down over here. But again, since he produced 4, it's not set him back that much. And it looks as though an Observer will be coming out for MC to just go and scout out the other base, as well as Ground Armor 1. And Ling Speed as well for Moon by the looks of it, as well as an Evo Chamber and Lair Tech. So MC looking as though he's going to push out and try and claim the 3rd. Just taking down those rocks, which Moon hasn't actually done yet. He's just going to look as though he's organising a Overlord conference. But Hatchery going down to sort of wall in the natural, as well as putting all the tech structures down to at the natural instead of at the main, which is slightly strange. But this Overseer will, it does look as though it's going to possibly spot the Overseer once the Overseer actually gets out. But that Stalker's again going to be chased away, and the Zealots come to back it up. So at the moment the Observer's just hovering there checking on the creep spread. But it is getting pushed fairly quickly down the map. And he does begin, I think he will begin to start taking out the creep spread, because it's important to stop creep spread at this early on in the game. But the Roaches come forward, and MC has to pull back, because otherwise his forces will begin to get decimated. For example, one Zealot and another Zealot are about to go down. And those Roaches are going to continue pushing forward. And the Immortal force, along with a few, well, a lot of sentries, not really a few. That is 10 sentries going to back them up. And Moon deciding to just hang back and control the map tower. Zelnagas. But quite a big Ling force, so it looks as though Moon might go for an 11-minute max, but I don't think he'll quite make it because he needs more Overlords. He has supplied block himself, and he's going to lead in with the Lings, presumably going to try and get us around and then leave the Roaches to finish him off. Possibly. Oh no, he's going to send the Roaches up the natural ramp, and the Lings actually go the wrong way, I think, and they're going to have to back off. But those Roaches going to deal so much damage to basically any building. But the force fields from MC managed to trap a good number of Roaches in the force fields, and the Zealots and Immortals begin to finish them off. However, the Forge has gone down, and those sentries tickling those 2 Roaches to death. Moon has to back out and reinforce, and MC manages to hold for now. Forge goes back down again. I'm not sure if there was actually anything upgrading at that point in time. If I can find a unit to click on. No, it looks as though 1-1 had finished by that time. And just to poke in, just to check the cannon still works, and it does. But MC's 3rd coming up and getting operational, as well as Moon's 4th. And we're going to see quite a large army forming here. I can't do my 24 times table very well, but it looks as though there's at least 72 possibly there. and more coming. So he's going to split the army up, send one down, do the pretty much the same that he did last time. And the observer will spot it, but will it be able to do enough damage? And he actually decides to back out, because I think he saw that MC had 4 immortals, and you don't really want to go up against 4 immortals. However, there are a lot of overlords coming in. However, they don't have drop. Given that Moon likes to use drop, well, oh, they do have drop now. I think drop might have just finished up. But he will be trying a drop into the main with a lot of roaches. However, all of his tech structures, apart from, whoa, he has actually managed to get a lot of gates without me noticing, which probably not that good of me. But will those gates be able to keep there, or will the drop manage to kill MC? Moon really needs to be able to do something this game, and he actually manages to force field off quite a lot of the roach force, stopping them from getting to his main tech structures. And the sentries are actually blocking the way for the rest of the army. MC really needs to be able to just finish off these roaches and lings before they can do too much damage. However, I think that he might just be loading up the overlords again and heading back out. I think there are 4 more that still have things in it. 2 guardian shields actually gone down for MC, and 2 force fields actually blocking most of his force from coming back up the ramp. Will he actually choose to focus down the overlords? Because this is really a make or break point for Moon. Whether MC manages to hold is a big question. However, that cannon's beginning to start taking down overlords. But it looks as though I think that Moon might have actually managed to finish off most of MC's forces. There's only a few more in the mineral line, so this looks at the moment as though Moon could take it. However, more reinforcements come in from the natural. MC still has a lot of gateways up. Moon needs to start focusing down some pylons, because otherwise those gateways will just keep staying up. There's nothing actually researching at the council. MC does have blink. He really needs to blink those stalkers forward though to take out those. He sends 2 up the ramp to his natural. And he blinks up into the main, and all the roaches go down thanks to this stalker blink, and MC managed to hold. However, there are a lot more roaches inbound. There are 22 out now, 6 more in production, as well as the overlords all hanging up above, ready by the looks of it to pick them up and go for another drop. That was moderately successful. I think he managed to take down 1 or 2 gateways, and some of the gateways aren't on that decent health. As well as the Twilight Council looks as though it's about to go, well, it looks as though it will go down if there's a strong breeze. But MC, his macro at the moment, I mean, he's pulling in double the amount of, no, not double, well, he's pulling in more gas and almost the same minerals. And being able to go toe to toe with Zerg on mineral income is pretty impressive. Because normally Zerg, they get 4 bases fully droned up, and then they can just keep building things. But MC as well, managing to keep his money relatively low, whereas Moon is making quite a lot of, well, building up quite a trust fund. But there are more loaded up overlords, but MC spots it, and will he be able to take them out before anything major happens? Takes down 2 overlords. However, that won't do much, but he looks as though he's going to go for a drop at the 3rd instead. But the 3 cannons making short work of those lings, and he actually moves his army down and begins to start to force field off to divide that army. He needs to start focusing down the overlords, because otherwise a lot more roaches will drop. 1 cannon goes down, and the immortals will be focusing down those roaches, because they can't shoot up into the air, even though when they're at rest they like to move their arms upwards. But all the roaches have now dropped, bar 1, and the real question now is, will MC be able to hold? This really is important, because if MC doesn't hold at the moment, and it looks as though he's pushed them back, yes he has, he should start focusing down those overlords. so that just because otherwise Moon will eventually get supply blocked. And level 3 weapons going down. One more Overlord goes down. Another Overlord goes down. Moon beginning to get severely supply blocked. I mean, they're now on roughly equal supply, and MC, if he pushed out, could probably be able to do it. However, there is an Infestor, so Fungals might... Well, there's 3 Infestors, so Fungals might be a slight problem for MC. However, it looks as though he is going to push out. Moon spots it, decides to pull back. And the question now is, will Moon be able to hold under the pressure of MC? Because this army is looking pretty strong. Blink, Stalker and Immortal. However, Neural Parasite is being researched, so by the looks of it, Moon might be going for a Neural Parasite on some of those Immortals and turn the tide, because Immortals are good against Stalkers. Just checking up inside this base to make sure there's no proxy hatchery. Or he just wants to take a 4th. Either or. But Moon now moving his army back down to the watchtower. Is he going to use that Overlord to go for a drop? No, but he managed to catch those Stalkers off guard. They will blink up to the high ground, or try to blink up to the high ground to get away, but the destructible rocks are in the way. But MC with a fantastic move from behind, it should be able to... But the Fungals, I thought he might be able to... get it, to be able to take down the Infestors. I'm not being very good with words today, I'm not quite sure why. But I thought that he might be able to get some of the Infestors if he blinked, but he couldn't blink. And then there's the Observer just taking a brief look over the Overlords, which are all lined up. I think they must be British Overlords because they're all queuing. And going to just be a small massed force. I think that might be the number 1 hotkey, which is 67. And again, Moon going to shy away from the combat, which is strange, because he might be waiting for 2-2, but if you're waiting for 2-2, you'd probably wait in a more defensive position, because MC does have the superior upgrades by far. So I think in just a standard army on army, MC would just win outright. And a very late Spire is coming for Moon. I think Moon might be running out of ideas actually, because he's tried the Roach, didn't work. Trying Roach Infestor. I don't think that this will work. Neural Parasite's an Immortal, but that didn't really work out all that well. And however, Moon does have quite a good surround. He decides to Neural Parasite a Stalker and an Immortal. However, I think that MC blinks forward, takes down 2 Infestors. Neural Parasite is released, and Moon is not going to be able to hold on. He has 16 more roaches in production, but MC is able to warp in a lot. He is up to at least 9 gates, no, 8 gates, and going to go for the 4th, just take down just completely destroy all the production. And the Colossus beginning to do some work on the eggs. But will he get the Infestor? Yes, the Infestor goes down. However, there are Fungals. I think the Colossus got hit by a Fungal. And now it's getting focused down. Will they be able to take the Colossus down? Yes, it looks as though they will. However, MC still has the upgrade advantage, and I think he has the... Yes, he has the army size advantage. So, if we look at units lost, MC has killed triple the number of units that Moon has. And I think that this might just be the death blow. As soon as units pop out for Moon, they are just getting obliterated. That Infestor not able to do anything. And by the looks of it, Kaldor and Wolf left the... Oh, right. By the looks of it, there was a pause. And I think one or both of the casters might have timed out, which, well, I think it was Kaldor and Wolf. So, by the looks of it, Adabisi trying to reorganize a restart. And MC just making sure that all his expansions are safe, having denied the 4th for Zerg. And MC is just, I think he might just decide to go for it. It looks as though he is. And Moon at the moment is just pulling back everything he has just to prepare to defend everything, because he knows that an attack's coming. The Zergling actually sees the the 4th and sees the cannons come down. But the overkill blink kills the Zergling off, and at the moment Moon, I keep saying this, but Moon is in a heap of trouble. MC even having time to kill off the destructible rocks, and I don't think this game will go on much longer. Keeping the warping in. He's at a 30 supply advantage at the moment, and I think by the looks of it we might have an old Western style standoff, because both players have fairly big armies, but they're both holding back between their, well, either their 3rd or 4th in the case of MC, or their 2nd and 3rd in the case of Moon. So the real question is, who will push out first? Looks as though the Overlord going to possibly come down to scout out what's going on in the main. But MC pushing out into the 4th. And it looks as though MC might go and try to end it here. Whether he'll decide to put out a couple more. No, he decides to pull back. So exceedingly standoffish at the moment. And Fleet Beacon, so it looks as though Mothership might come out at some stage. However, there are Corruptors coming out from Moon as well. So I just want, yes, and there's the Mothership coming out. So it looks as though MC might just decide to do a complete death ball, just cloak everything. But will there be enough Corruptors? That's the real question. Because if there aren't enough Corruptors to take, oh, excuse me. If there aren't, and oh, it looks as though that Overlord was just trying to deny the 5th. But Moon will be moving out at 170 supply, and at 2-2 upgrades against 3-3 upgrades. MC might actually be able to go for it this time now. He decides to pull back, because Roaches are quite good against Stalkers. And I just heard something get destroyed. Not quite sure what that was. But anyway, when will the Mothership come out? Oh, and look, he might, I think he knows that there's Broodlords coming. Does he actually have an observer? There's either going to be Broodlords or Corruptors. Just general Corruptors. I hope we get Broodlords just so we can see an Archon toilets. And all of Moon's bases are actually getting pretty well mined out. Moon, this is probably going to be the last sort of round of eggs. Oh my god, he has massed up so many lava. That's 3 tabs of lava. He needs that 4th. I've said this many a time. Moon is just completely this is going to be his last hurrah, and it's going to be his last stand. If he manages to if he just dies here, he will not be able to reinforce. And Storm coming down as well for MC. This does not bode well, as well as a Warp Prism. So MC going to go for the dual prong. The Mothership has come out somewhere. It is somewhere on the map. If I can, yes, there it is. Possibly, he's possibly expecting Broodlords, so possibly getting a couple of Archons for Archon Toilet, or just to generally soak up damage from anything. But there is going to be a small army move out. and pulls back to the mothership, I think. I know the mothership's deciding to pull back as well. So he obviously doesn't want to lose the mothership. My screen is scrolling everywhere at the moment, and it's nicely cloaking up all those colossi and stalkers. So if Moon doesn't have an observer anywhere near his army, I don't think he does actually. This could be a severe problem. And yeah, this is just going to keep going very standoffish. I mean, the only thing that I could do now really to add to this is just add in just find the typical Wild West sort of but I think if I tab out of StarCraft, Fraps might decide to go ballistic at me. I'm not quite sure if it will or it won't. I don't really want to test it 27 minutes into a cast, because restarting a cast from this point is annoying. So, will MC be able to push up into the army of Moon? Looks as though he might try to. Mothership cloaking everything, and no, he pulls away. This is tense. I mean, if MC manages to, if MC loses this game, it's not really all that big of a deal. But if Moon loses this game, then MC's in the finals, and Moon just loses. And the Colossi beginning, and he actually walls off to stop any reinforcements coming in from the back. He doesn't get the neural parasite off on the mothership, and actually starts taking down the Overlord. And one infestor goes down. The Corruptors really need to start, and there's some storms going down. We go to the units lost tab, and there was actually a vortex. Ah, yes, he did manage to neural parasite the mothership, and there is a vortex down there, but that neural parasite will wear off shortly. However, he does put all his units. Everyone's in the vortex. Absolutely everyone. Those Corruptors might be able to take down the mothership before the vortex. Infested Terrans get thrown in the mix. However, those infestors might go down. Fungal's thrown down. Those Corruptors. The mothership goes down. Corruptors are now useless except against the Colossi. Will MC be able to hold? This is crazy. After minutes of tense standoffing, this battle, I think MC has reinforcements coming up. And there's Moon's GG. MC advances into the final. Moon knew he lost too many units to be able to come back into this game. I mean, he hasn't even got a functional mining base. He's having to long distance it. Whereas MC has one functional mining base, half a mining base, and even less of a mining base. But MC, with the income and the trust fund, able to pull it off. 445 units lost to 162. That game, MC just completely bossed it up. However, very tense standoffish. I think if MC went in at any point, he always had the upgrade advantage, 2-2 to 3-3, and 3-0. MC takes it, and I will see you in the well, no, because I've already casted the finals. I will see you in the other semi-finals.